Our speaker tonight is somebody who is near and dear not only to me personally, but to the TT community as a whole. She has served as a tower team leader as well as a summer staff leader for the past 2 years, and she has made such a big impact on the new students, y'all, and us, and we have asked her to share some of her experiences as a Belmont Bruin with you. So please help me welcome Kendall McHenry. So class of 2018, let me just be the next person to say, seriously, welcome to Belmont. Woo! If you haven't already realized, this is a pretty extraordinary place, and this extraordinary place is now your home, so welcome home. Welcome to the beginning of your Belmont story. If there's one thing I know for absolute certainty standing up here, it's that your story will never be the same, and now Belmont will forever be a part of that story. I promise you that you will change the story of this university just as much as this place will change your story. As I prepare for my last semester and you prepare for your first, there may be just a couple things that I want you to know about this community that has not only become my home, it's become my heart. When I was sitting where you are my freshman year, I was absolutely terrified what was to come. My family moved only 1 week before I moved into Belmont my first year. And as I packed for college and prepared for that journey, I was also tasked with packing up the home I had known for so long, not yet able to see how much Belmont would become my new home. This quick change resulted in a very rough transition. To be completely honest, when I started at Belmont, I hated it here. I had been dreaming of coming to this place since sophomore year of high school, but I had started to doubt why. For at least the first 6 or so weeks of school, I cried myself to sleep almost every night, convinced that I had made the wrong decision and that this place could never be my home. I doubted everything I had thought and where I felt I was being called, and I was constantly searching for reasons to leave this place instead of reasons to stay. But because I was convinced I was not going to stay. Well, clearly, I could not have been more wrong. I am living proof that this place has the power to change you, and it will. I am here to say with absolute certainty that you have made the right decision. Your Belmont story started the moment Belmont first came onto your radar, and now it will forever be a part of your story. This place, this moment, these people, look around and take it in. This is where you are supposed to be. God has intentionally placed each one of us in this place, and we are here for a distinct purpose and reason. You may be terrified right now and doubting his plan, but let me reassure you that God has always known what he is doing, and he is not going to make his first mistake with you. Maybe Belmont isn't where you will ultimately finish your degree, but you are here now and here for a reason, and these next 4 years will be a culmination of discovering why and what that reason is. Belmont is so much more than bricks and mortar. It is a living, breathing entity filled with people dwelling in soul environments with each other. Each of you is not part of each other's story. Each of you is not part of each other's story forever. You are now part of each other's story forever. You each bring a different background and story to this point, and will leave with equally as distinct stories, but now they intersect. And even if this is the only time they ever intersect, there is a reason for that. This community is amazing and has elementally changed my life for the better. It wasn't until I chose to embrace this community and actively engage in the place I so desired to call home that I began to see what I had so longed and dreamed for. When I started seeking out reasons to stay, I found them, and in an abundance greater than I could ever have imagined. I discovered this deep longing in my soul to be part of an intentional and inclusive community, something I hadn't realized I was lacking until this place made that abundantly clear. I discovered how built for community we are, and how Belmont is a community that can and will amazingly and potentially exceed that need. God does not intend for people to go through life alone. We are built to go through this life together, to endure with other people. By coming to Belmont, you are intentionally placed in this community to play a vital role in it, a role you cannot escape from. This is a community built to love, accept, and inspire. Embrace it. Intentional community is scary and it's hard, but it is perhaps one of the most necessary things, essential to survival and thriving. It is intended to expand our worldviews and thought processes, to challenge us and strengthen us in our beliefs. I honestly had no idea and didn't know at all what community really was until I came to Belmont. I didn't know what true friends were. I didn't know that it was okay to be vulnerable and acknowledge that I don't and never will have it all together. I honestly didn't know how to love or how to be loved, how to be spontaneous, how to really cry, or how to really laugh. I didn't know how to be me, and I didn't have the confidence in who I was or what I could do. I wasn't prepared for how much this place and this community would change me, and I could not be happier or more grateful for that. You know you found where you're supposed to be when hanging out with people is no longer a stressful situation, when it becomes effortless and enjoyable, when you're not thinking about everything you do and say, when you feel like people genuinely enjoy having you around, when you're the most comfortable and authentic version of your true self. I've never felt so genuinely loved by my peers and friends to the point of which I can truly see the love of God emanating through them. I didn't know I was missing this kind of love until I had really experienced it. I firmly believe that if this experience does not change some small part of you in at least some small way, you're doing something wrong. Don't try to reinvent yourself. Become the person you were meant to be. This community will accept you for whoever you are, wherever you are, or whatever you're going through. God's love is alive and real, and this community is perfectly evident of that. Embrace this community and the opportunities here, and you will eventually realize that you haven't even really started to become the person you're supposed to be. The direction you're headed is going to change, guaranteed. You are going to discover new passions. You need to be open to change because you will change. You will encounter various trials, but learn to live in that tension. It is from those hard times that true beauty will flow. Work to discover a love for learning. If you don't love your major, change it. Always be learning, never stop learning. There will always be more to learn. God is currently laughing at the plans you have set for your freshman year. Prepare to be okay with it when He changes those plans for you. Even if you end up where you think you want to be, you will not get there the way you think you'll get there. Guaranteed. But Belmont is now part of that journey, like it or not. Belmont is a catapult. You are here to learn and absorb and reflect. You will be a representation of Belmont once you leave. So how will you carry that responsibility? Belmont has become the foundation of a new chapter in your story. And to illustrate this foundation and the power of building from that foundation, building from that foundation a life representative of who you are meant to be, I have a fun little example. One of my hobbies is to make origami paper cranes, and I doubt you can see it, but there's one here. These small birds have become so much more than just a hobby, and their significance in my life has continued to develop into something so much greater than just a folded piece of paper. This piece of paper, without folds, alone is rather beautiful, but it's simple and it lacks life. Without you, the students, Belmont is like this blank piece of paper, essentially empty. Without living for a higher calling and being open to change, we are all like this piece of paper as well, a compilation and mess of bones and flesh. Belmont is nothing without lives working to shape and better this campus. We are nothing without a soul and the breath of life. Like the paper crane, we need something to give us life, to take our simplicity and turn it into something truly beautiful. We have the power to make Belmont beautiful, and the love of Christ in this community has the power to make each of us more beautiful. Like paper cranes, this transformation will happen gradually and in steps that may be painful at times. But the end result is one of beautiful life, each life distinctly unique. If you would like a token of encouragement to embrace this impending change, I have made quite a few of these paper cranes that I would love to share with you as you walk around the tower. They'll be at the end. So this piece of paper that is folded is more than just a bird, and this place is more than just a university. To be honest, I am terrified to leave, but I could not be more excited for all of you, the new souls that will dwell in this place and make it truly beautiful. It won't always be fun. You're going to be lonely sometimes, and that's totally okay. Don't be intimidated by the success of those around you, and refuse to be defined by your associations. You will have to eventually give up control and be not afraid of failure. Be constantly aware of who you could be impacting, because you do impact everyone you come in contact with. So embrace this place. I am Belmont, and now so are you. Let it change you. Learn to love. Work to make this place against pride for love, against evil for good, against mediocrity for significance, against hate for peace. Show your heart. I know I have shown my heart this week, and my group, my TT students, have amazingly showed their heart to me. I have had the best partner I could have asked for, and my students really have made this experience truly #blessed. So be real, be honest, be true, be love, be Belmont. Welcome to your story, welcome home.